Hello everyone, welcome to a new process video. I am working on a single page 6x12 layout, as you can see here. All of these photos are from my husband's Oregon trip in 2023. And as you can see on this one, I really only have one pocket that I need to fill, which is awesome, but there's a lot going on here. And so I'm not sure exactly what I need here. My first instinct is to say black and white, because I've got a black and white sign post here and then a little bit here. My fear is that if I do a yellow one, it's like a full yellow background, it's going to be too much because this is a lot, and these aren't even actually the same yellow. If you look at them, this is much more of an orange tint than this. So I'm a little nervous about trying to match that with the right card, and then like what ephemera or embellishments do I use? I'm not really sure. So I think my first order of business here is to go through my pocket cards that I pulled and just see, do any of those that I thought would be for this album, do any of those actually work with this kind of varied color scheme that I have happening? And then if I can't find anything in there, of course, I can go into my general travel stash, but hopefully I'll find something on my first try. Happily, I think I have found the card in my set of stuff that I had put in this bin, and I don't have to go into my regular travel stash. This is the card. It kind of ticks all the boxes. It's got this darker yellow, so it'll match here. It's not too far off from this one. It's not bad. It's mainly black and white here, so that goes with the sign. There's even a little bit of kind of bluish gray for the mountains, and I do have blue peeking through here. So I feel like it's a good choice. The only problem is it's very busy with all of this stuff. And you know what? Actually, as I'm looking at this right here, I don't like these next to each other because it's too much black and white. Now, this one has it too, but does that look better? Yes, this looks better, I think. Now, I had considered cutting down this photo, losing most of the brown there, and then putting it like on a background of some type just to break up all of that busyness. Excuse me, my voice is going in and out. My allergies are horrible right now. And part of what happens to me when my allergies are horrible is my voice goes out, even if I'm on meds. It's bad this year. So anyway, I am looking at, should I cut this down? But if I do, and I keep this here, it's right next to this. And I kind of don't like that. So if I think I cut one down, it's going to have to be this one. And maybe it would be like down here, and then I could leave enough of a spot like for some stamping or something. I don't know that I need journaling because the page to the left of this has a big journaling area. He's not going to want to have to write twice when it's kind of the same environment. So maybe it'll be this one that I have to cut down. But I do think I'm going to stick with this. Then I have to figure out, like, I need something up here. I kind of want to go yellow, but like what yellow? I feel like I almost need to find something that's in between all these colors to make it work and have it not be distracting. So that's another challenge. Cut this down, find a background. What am I going to do with it? And then how to embellish this. I am going to cut down this photo here. So I don't want to cut the top because there is a little blue showing in there, which is helpful with the rest of the layout. So it has to be the bottom. So I'm wondering if I just need to do like, what, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch? What will that get me? Maybe I'll go to 3 3¼ here. Come on. There we go. I think that might be okay. I really need to pick out the background though to see if it's going to work the way I want it to. And I don't know because there's a lot of green happening. Oh shoot, you know what else I just noticed? All the green from these 4 pockets it's all centered on this side. But if I switch anything, then these are next to each other, which I don't like. I'm gonna have to think about that then because I don't know that I want a green background. It'll just accentuate that. Maybe I need to have like a gray or even maybe this color where it's got maybe an orangey chin. I don't know. This is what makes this so hard, is trying to match all this stuff when you have a lot of photos. It's difficult. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one who struggles with this, right? So I decided there's actually not a lot of blue. There's, you know, up here in the top photo, and then this little bit, like right here, and that's it. So maybe blue is the way to go to accentuate the mountains here and sort of bring out the color of the sky. So I've grabbed my blue scraps. I do also have some, where are they here? Some of these where it's just smooth cardstock. So I could perhaps pick a blue out of there if I want one. Ooh, is this the only blue one really that might match? That's pretty good though. So if nothing works in here, then I'll move to this. I'd rather use something where it's already been cut into than go into something brand new, but I will do this if I have to. I did find a piece of blue paper that I had in there. It's slightly lighter than this one, but it's not super far off. And so this is closer to the size I want anyway. I think that's a pretty good match. So I'm just gonna cut this down to make it, whoops, a 3x4. And then it'll fit nicely behind there. And I don't know what happened here, but clearly like I had an old blade, or maybe it's just the paper. But we're gonna cut off that end since it's not looking good anyway. That's the end that we will trim down here. And now I have a 3x4 card with nicer edges. Seeing the photo on this background, I definitely think that was the right way to go. It helps to have that blue in there. Look at how that's all gonna look together. I think that was the right choice. So I have that. I think I want to do some stamping before I actually glue this down in case I screw it up. So I need to get out my stamps, and I know I have a set for both National Park and National Forest. Obviously I don't need it to say that, but I'm sure it has outdoorsy phrases on it. I haven't used in a while, either one of them, so I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to start with those, and I'm pretty hopeful that something there will work. I did pull out both my National Park and my National Forest sets. These both happen to be from Kelly Perky, or Paper Person as it is now. And I thought maybe I'd have more in here, but these are, you know, pretty specific to the National Park and like trees and mountains, which mountains might be okay, but none of those phrases quite worked the way I wanted them to. So for this, I think I'm actually going to use the National Forest set because I like this one that says climbing to new heights. It will fit very well right there. It almost takes up all the space, but there's just enough blue on either side left where I think that'll look really nice. So I'm going to go with that one. Okay, I did my stamping and it came out perfectly. I love it. I used my black Memento ink, and I do want to give just a quick plug or a shout out. I recently switched my stamp cleaning liquid because I ran out of what I had and it wasn't available. This I could get right away, like within 3 days, to have it shipped to me along with some other things. And I'm loving it. I don't know what would be different about it from the other stuff I had, but I think this is a little bit better, and it doesn't have like a weird smell. Some of the ones I've had, you can tell there's a chemical in there and it's got a little bit of a weird smell when you spray it on your stamp pad cleaner. This one does not. So if you're looking for one because you do some stamping in your scrapbooks, this is a great choice. Now I'm going to try to find some embellishments, pieces of ephemera, something that might match here. I'm going to start with my ephemera bag that's all yellow and orange pieces just to see if there's something that would fit here. And really, I think I want two things. I might want something like up top here. So it'd have to be pretty small to overlap there. And then I need something bigger. But then I've got two things on the right-hand side. This is always the challenge. Maybe I should start with this one first because maybe I'll find something and it'll be big enough where I'm like, you know what, that's the only one I need on this page. I'm not sure about that, but I'll start with that one and see what happens. I think I may have found the element that I want to use for that top photo. It's larger than I anticipated. It's also a circle, and what's on here really needs to be kept. This isn't one where I can hang it off the edge and clip something off. Like, I think it would look weird because of the way the design is made. But if I want to keep it in full, I'm wondering if I could just take it and kind of like put it over here. Maybe up a little bit, because that way, like, you can still see the rock formations, the mountain behind there. You can still see the river. Obviously can see these guys. I'm wondering if maybe that's the way to go. And then it mimics this because it's circular. And then it is kind of like between these colors here. It's not perfect, but I think it's a close enough match. And yeah, I think that's my best option. And I love that it's got mountains on it and it says, say yes to new adventures, which is perfect for what's happening here. I was trying to figure out what else I could do with this. And I thought for a minute, like, oh, I could do like a green phrase label down here. But then these are next to each other. And I don't like that. I've already got a phrase down there. And I think it would look strange to have that plus a phrase label over here. But there's really no other good place to put it. This basically has one built in. It's part of the card. I didn't add it, but it looks like that. So maybe between this, that, and the stamping, it's enough. I don't see what else I really need to do here. So I think I'm going to leave it like this. So here's another one completed for Oregon. Thanks for watching.